Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly recap, where I discuss news, events, and the Hudson County real estate market over the past week. Looking through the market in the past week, there have been 110 properties that have offers accepted on them in the Hudson County MLS. This is slightly up from last week, which was 108. These properties had an average list price of $770,000. Last week it was $793,000. This week's median sales price was $679,000. Last week it was $690,000, so down a little bit from the previous week. As far as days in the market, average days on market 36 days, median days was 18 days over the past week, and last week it was 37 days for the average and 21 for the median. So averages in line, median slightly down from last week. Looking through the list, a couple places that stood out to me over in Bulls Ferry, Jacobs Ferry, over in the West New York Guttenberg waterfront. You have at 132 Abbey Court, a 2-bed, 2.5-bath, 1,482 square foot townhome. List price was $910,000. This was on the market 9 days. This is located in the Jacobs Ferry / Bulls Ferry community. Built by K. Hovnanian. The complex is about 70% in West New York and around 30% in Guttenberg. And this is in the Guttenberg side of the community. You would never know, like, you're in one town over the other, but this is on the Guttenberg side. You pay taxes to Guttenberg when you live in this side of the complex. And this is an updated 2-bedroom duplex level townhome. Bulls Ferry, Jacobs Ferry, it's a townhome community. They have over 10 different layouts there. 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, and 5-bedroom layouts. This is one of the larger 2-bedroom layouts in the community. And this has been updated. Complex was built in the early 90s to around 2000. So over that 8 to 10 year period, when they built the community, they built them in different phases. So now that we're over 25 years removed from the final units being completed, a lot of owners have gone in there and updated their properties with newer kitchen, newer bathrooms. This bathroom does look older here though, but the flooring has been updated. It looks like the kitchen was updated as well. You also have parking for 2 cars in the complex, driveway spot, and a garage spot. Community has 2 outdoor pools, children's playground. They also have a shuttle that runs through the complex that runs to the Port Imperial Ferry Terminal, which is free. So that's under contract in Bulls Ferry, listed for $910,000. Just bear with me one moment. Over in Hoboken, 720 Clinton Street. This is the Wonder Lofts. This is a resale at the Wonder Lofts. The Wonder Lofts was, they started selling that complex like 2019, 2020. They sold a lot of units during COVID. It's the former Wonder Bread Factory on 7th and Clinton Street. There's also another building across the street that's part of the community. Here you have 720 Clinton Street, unit 202, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,237 square feet. List price was $1,599,000 on the market a week, 8 days. And this is under contract now at the Wonder Lofts. This is a factory conversion. So what they did was they gutted the factory that was there, and they also built an extension on top of it and built around it. So some of the units are in the original structure. Some of them are in the newer structure that was added to the building. This looks like it might be a unit that was added on. And the reason I say that is because the ceiling height is more standard height. In some of the units that were part of the original structure, they look more loft-like. It's a concierge building. They have an outdoor pool, fitness center, residence lounge, children's play area, and it's located at 720 Clinton Street. And I believe every unit in the community has some form of outdoor space that comes with one of their properties. And this one looks like it has this rooftop terrace. And you can see here what I meant by the addition. Here's the original structure with the red brick and the add-on to the building, which some architects and developers call a tin box. They added this extension on top with also, these private rooftop cabanas, rooftop areas. So that's under contract at the Wonder Lofts. List price $1,599,000. And all these properties I'm discussing will be linked down below from my website, Living on the Hudson, where you could check out other units that may be available in the community or units that recently sold. You can see what the inventory looked like. Also in Hoboken at the Upper Grand, this is 1200 Grand Street, unit 401. It's a 1-bed, 1-bath, 1,027 square foot unit. I think this is a 1-bedroom plus den. And this was listed for $825,000 on the market 13 days. Also came with parking for 1 car. The Upper Grand, located in the northwest corner of Hoboken. It's made up of 3 different buildings, 1100 Adams, 1200 Grand, and 1300 Grand. Located right near ShopRite in the northwest corner. Built around 2004. So community is about 20 years old now. Elevator building. I believe they have virtual doorman, fitness center on site. Also, there's a common courtyard in the middle for outdoor space. And most of the units do come with parking. And this is under contract at the Upper Grand. Yeah, this is a 1-bedroom with a den. So this is the den room, or the second room, which has a window. It may not have a closet though. It looks like they're using it as a home office / baby's room. And that's under contract at the Upper Grand. List price $825,000. In downtown Jersey City, at the Portofino, which is located at 1 2nd Street. This is a 1-bed, 1-bath, 645 square foot unit. List price was $598,000. This was on the market 13 days. Also came with parking for 1 car. Portofino, located on 2nd Street. It was originally a exclusive rental building that converted into condominium around 2006, 2007. The Mandalay and the Hudson, which is also developed by the same original developer, which was also a rental building originally, is on the same block that also converted to condo. Very similar building. These are concierge buildings. They have an outdoor pool, fitness center, residence lounge, and the Portofino located on 2nd. So this unit looks like it faces south towards 88 Morgan. And this has been updated. This is not an original unit. And that listed for $598,000 on the market for just about 2 weeks over at Portofino. Also in downtown Jersey City, you have a 1-bedroom at 10 Provost Street, which is west of the Portofino, closer to Grove Street Path. This is developed by Toll Brothers around 2017, 2018. It's a 10 Provost Street, unit 1702, 1-bed, 1-bath, 710 square foot unit. Looks like it came with parking for 1 car as well. List price was $850,000 on the market 9 days. So as I mentioned, this development was built by Toll Brothers. They also built 151 Bay Street. There's actually a 1-bedroom with a den. So here's the little den area. And you have developed by Toll Brothers. They also built 151 Bay Street, which is across the street, which is currently being sold off. And this looks like this is a south-facing, I believe this is a south-facing unit, if my eyesight's correct. Ten Provost concierge building. They have an outdoor pool. They have a Sky Club residence lounge on the top floor. A very large fitness center, residence club, children's play area, outdoor pool area with a sun deck, library area, a barbecue area. So it's an amenity-driven building at 10 Provost. 151 Bay, which is the building across the street, which is also it's like the sister building to this, which is newer, a little newer. That has very similar amenities as well. But here you have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, list price $850, on the market a week, 9 days, over at 10 Provost. And there is another unit in the same building, just as a way of comparison. Here you have a unit 807 at 10 Provost, list price $675, on the market 11 days, 1 bed, 1.5 bath, 624 square feet. So this is a lower floor unit. And that's under contract as well, in just about a week at 10 Provost. Also in downtown Jersey City, Zephyr Lofts. Zephyr Lofts is located on the border of Hoboken and downtown Jersey City. It is technically in downtown Jersey City. However, it's as close to Hoboken as you can get. It's located on Marin Boulevard, right next to 700 Grove, and a mere like less than 30 feet from Observer Highway in Hoboken. 689 Marin Boulevard is the address. This was originally a factory that converted into rental apartments in the early 2000s, and then it went through a condo conversion around 2004, 2005. This is an east-facing unit, it looks like, looking towards New York. Yep, so here's Hoboken train station, and this looks east towards New York City. And this is a 2-bed, 1-bath loft unit, 977 square feet. This is unit 1003. List price was $679,000. This was on the market 92 days, so a little bit longer on the market over at the Zephyr Lofts. And then there's another unit here, unit 706 in the same building, 689 Marin, unit 706. List price was $499,000. This was on the market 60 days. Yeah, 1 bed, 1 bath, 851 square feet. So a little bit longer on the market for Zephyr Lofts. And residents of Zephyr Lofts, it is a concierge building. They have a fitness center on the first floor. Residents of the Zephyr Lofts tend to spend more time in Hoboken, from my experience, just because you're closer to Hoboken Path. You're almost in Hoboken when you live here. So this building and next door at 700 Grove are technically in Jersey City, but residents more than likely spend more time, from my experience, in Hoboken. But you're not far from downtown Jersey City and Target and ShopRite. So this also was east facing, looking towards Hoboken. Under contract, list price $499,000 at the Zephyr Lofts. Looking out of, let's go north here towards West New York. I saw over at the Hudson Club a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,501 square foot corner unit. Unit 24 Ave at Port Imperial, unit 200. List price was $1,258,000. This was in the market 10 days. So everything, with the exception of the Zephyr Loft units, a lot of these properties in a week to 2 weeks going under contract. And here you have a corner unit. This is looking northeast. So this looks towards Midtown Manhattan and north up the river towards Edgewater. And the Hudson Club, much like the Zephyr Lofts, was originally a rental building that was converted into condominiums. Built in 2000, it converted into condo around 2004, 2005. And here you have it, the Hudson Club made up of 2 separate buildings, 24 Ave at Port Imperial and 26 Avenue at Port Imperial. They're basically mirror images of each other, the buildings, so very similar units in both buildings. And here you have a 3-bedroom looking directly at Midtown Manhattan. And that's under contract, 10 days in the market, list price for 3-bed for $1,258,000. And also in West New York at 9 on the Hudson, this is 9 Ave at Port Imperial, unit 3316. This is a 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,410 square foot unit. List price was $2,185,000, on the market a month. 9 on the Hudson, developed by K. Hovnanian around 2018, 2019. This is in the Port Imperial section, a little further north of the Hudson Club, the building I just discussed. And this unit also had this outdoor space here that it came with. This is a concierge building. They have a very large fitness center and residence lounge. They also have, this unit comes with this outdoor terrace. The building itself also has a roof terrace with a barbecue area, pool area as well. So there's a lot of outdoor space that's common to the building. And this unit here has the private outdoor space. Also has a fireplace. And this is under contract at 9 on the Hudson. List price $2,185,000. Couple things that sold really quick in the past week. I didn't bring this up prior to starting the Zoom here, but let's take a quick peek here. A couple units that sold. A bunch of stuff sold in Hoboken at Maxwell Place. So you have 1025 Maxwell Lane, units 705, a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,518 square foot unit, listed for $1,800,000. It sold for $1,790,000. I do not have interior photos. Also came with parking for one car. At 1100 Maxwell, you had a 2-bed, 2-bath, unit 537. This is 1,361 square feet. This is in phase 3 of Maxwell. So the first unit I just discussed is over to the right here. You don't see it on camera, 1025 Maxwell. And this is in phase 3, which is 1100 Maxwell. Unit 537. List price was $1,550,000. And it sold for full price $1,550,000 on the market 6 days. It was a cash purchase. I do not have interior photos of that unit. And then there's another unit here at Maxwell, same building, unit 223, 1100 Maxwell 223. List price was $1,350,000, and it sold for full price $1,350,000. This is a 2-bedroom. In full disclosure, I did represent the buyer of this property. So this is a 2-bed, 2-bath. It also came with a roof deck, a private roof deck, and parking for one car. And this is built around 2012, concierge building. They have their own fitness center. They have an outdoor pool, a common area roof deck. And this one came with a private rooftop, deeded rooftop to it. That was part of the sale. So, and that sold for $1,350,000 over at Maxwell Place. So several units selling at Maxwell. In downtown Jersey City, you had a 1-bedroom at Dixon Mills. 347 Varick Street, unit 122A. It's a 1-bed, 1-bath, 842 square foot unit on the first floor, sold for $475,000. So Dixon Mills, the former Dixon Pencil Factory, built multiple buildings. I think there's like 4 or 5 buildings that are part of the community. Every unit's different. This was originally rental apartments. It was a factory that went to rental in the 1980s, and then it converted to condo around 2006. It went through a large condo conversion between like 2006 to the 2010 timeframe. And this is a 1-bedroom on the first floor. Looks like this has been updated from when they converted to condo. Concierge building. They have large amenities. They have an indoor basketball court, large fitness center. Some of the units, not this one, but some of them have private rooftop terraces. There is parking available in the community as well. And you're not far from Grove Street Path. So that sold for $475,000 over at Dixon Mills. I spoke about 9 on the Hudson before going under contract. Here's a 3-bedroom that sold, unit 1114. This listed for $1,388,000. It sold for $1,358,000. 11 days on the market, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So this is a courtyard unit. So you're on the courtyard. You have a sliver view through the courtyard of Midtown Manhattan. And that's sold over at 9 on the Hudson for $1,358,000. Here's another one, unit 802. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,519 square feet on the 8th floor. List price $1,360,000. This sold for $1,350,000. Cash purchase. Also came with parking for 2 cars. And this looks like this is a north-facing unit looking north towards the River Trace building, which is a rental building just north of it. So you look, again, sliver view of Midtown looking north towards the building that's just north of it. Also had a terrace, and that has sold at 9 on the Hudson, listed for $1,350,000. Let me see. I think there was one more. Nope, that's over. This is at Grandview 2, which is not far from 9 on the Hudson. This is built by K. Abnanian around 2006. 22 Avenue at Port Imperial. I'm sorry, this is Grandview 1. 22 Avenue at Port Imperial, Unit 304, located in that Port Imperial section of West New York. There's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,610 square foot unit listed for $1,190,000. It sold for $1,150,000. So it came with parking for 1 car as well. So this is in Grandview number 1. Grandview 2, which is 20 Avenue of Port Imperial, is right across the street here. This is where San Cubano restaurant is. In this building, Grandview Phase 1, very similar building. A concierge building. They have an outdoor pool, fitness center, large residence lounge. And this is a 3-bedroom layout. And 3 bedrooms in this area are in high demand. Most of the properties built in this area have been 2 bedrooms or 1 bedrooms. So there's been a high demand for 3 beds. People who have outgrown their 2-bedroom spaces, they want to have a home office, or they have a family, need bigger spaces. So there's been a high demand for these 3 or 4 or 5 bedroom layouts in this neighborhood. And simply because they haven't built a lot of them. So this building does have a few larger layouts, and this was one of them here. 3-bedroom, selling for $1,150,000. Building was built around 2004, 2005 in Phase 1. Phase 2, which is Grandview number 2 across street, was 2006. So I'll link down below all these buildings that I've discussed. Here on YouTube, Market Snapshot, if you want to download. This is the market over the past week. How many units are currently active, what it was like last week, how many have gone under contract, the absorption rate, the rate at which the market is absorbing the inventory, how many months of supply. When you're at less than 6 months, you're moving towards a stronger seller's market. When you have greater than 6 months of supply, you're moving towards a stronger buyer's market. Most of the areas are in, I would say, seller market territory, with the exception of Guttenberg, which has about 14 months of supply right now. So they are in a strong buyer's market in Guttenberg. Not all areas of Guttenberg. I would say that the waterfront markets, Bulls Ferry especially, has very low supply and things are selling there fast. But I would say the area of Guttenberg on Boulevard East and West is right now, there's a large amount of supply there. And then year to date, you can see how many homes have sold year to date in the various communities I'm covering. And this is closed sales year to date in the market. This updates every week. You can download it on YouTube. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me anytime. These videos come out every Monday. No new news articles this week that I noticed, but I'm sure there'll be something next week. As I said, these videos come out every Monday discussing the Hudson County real estate market. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448-3766. Feel free to comment, like, or subscribe down below. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.